Hi guys, welcome to another redstone video. A couple of weeks ago I showed you this tunnel bore that doesn't use TNT duping. It's getting activated by placing a TNT, holds it for a while, and then it shoots it forward. So this one worked really well in the overworld, would also work in the Nether, but there's one downside. If you want to use a machine like this in the Nether, it's actually a bit of a waste of TNT, because the Netherrack in the Nether has a much lower blast resistance. It's actually enough to only shoot a TNT every third block. So that's why I went to a creative world and came up with this one here. So here it is. It's a specialized Netherrack legit TNT tunnel bore. It's not quite as compact as the one that moves only once forward, because it's not quite trivial to make this work. But yeah, let's check it out. So as before, you place the TNT. It's getting ignited and then shot forward. Of course, in the Nether you always have those stupid lava sources that have to be removed manually. There's no way around it. And another issue that could maybe arise is the fact that Nether quartz ore has a higher blast resistance than the Netherrack around it. But so far I've tested this now for maybe 250 blocks. Yeah, the tunnel bore works fine, no issues so far. Let's maybe just check out what happens to the Nether quartz ore here at the top. Yeah, the machine can definitely fit through the tunnel. Alright, so let's also check it out. So it shoots the TNT forward and then moves forward twice more. Okay, I'm gonna remove the lava again. Let's check it out again. So I place the TNT. Then, yeah, this back part is getting activated. Shoot and move forwards twice more. Let's also check out the tunnel we're getting from this. So it's a tunnel with a diameter of 9 blocks. And I think this is pretty nice. Not quite sure, but it's actually better digging with efficiency 3 pickaxes or using a tunnel bore, but one thing is sure, the tunnel bore is definitely a fun alternative. Considering that it wasn't super easy to make this machine, I think I did a pretty good job keeping this compact. Before I do the tutorial, I also want to quickly explain how this machine works. Alright, so let's start from the beginning. So you place the TNT here against the redstone block, and the observer will detect it, and then trigger the sticky piston, which pulls this part here. And this is basically activation line, which launches the flying machine here in the back. So of course we need to wait a little bit until we shoot the TNT forward. So that's why we also got some pulling extensions here to get a bit more delay. But here in the back we basically have the main part. It's a slow two-way flying machine. Basically we send this in one direction and then it flies back in the other direction, because in total we have to push forward 3 times, but the problem is pushing forward this part here with the butted piston. Yeah, it takes a bit of time until we can push it again a second time. So I can maybe show it what's going on here. Basically we got this part, it shoots the TNT upwards, and here it's getting shot forward. And here we have the sticky piston, so if you push this part forward, then it shoots the TNT up and goes down again. But if you have a flying machine here in the back that would be too fast, then yeah, it still takes a while until the piston actually retracts again. And that's why we have the slow flying machine here. And the launching mechanism works and the stopping mechanism works via this redstone block. So we also have to stop the machine after pushing everything forward 3 times. We do that with the redstone block. And yeah, it's easy how to move this forward 3 times. So here we just push this part against, and then the pistons would attach to it and push this forward 3 times in total. Alright, let's also check out here, build up the slow flying machine once more. And we will also be able to see how this machine is getting stopped. Yeah, then we just have the redstone block stopping the whole machine. Right, in order to launch the machine, it's not enough just to remove the redstone block. We also have to update the piston. And I did it by adding an additional observer here. So this whole part here on top will be pushed above the observer, which detects that, and that updates the block in front of the piston head and the piston head, of course. Yeah, that's enough to update the whole piston, which would then retract, flies off in that direction. This is just a return mechanism at the back. Of course, we also have to make sure that the return mechanism is getting pulled 3 times, so that's why we attached that directly here. And if you push forward here, we also need to basically pull this activation line twice more. That's why it's attached here to this to this slime block as well, and we push this forward also twice more to get into default position. Yeah, the last thing we do need is also get the piston here in front of the observer again, just with a little bit delay. So after it's basically this got pushed up and went down again, so it doesn't activate the sticky piston immediately again. And that's why we have a bit of delay here. So this is attached to the part that pushes the TNT ultimately forward. There we got a pulling extension and a pushing extension to get enough delay to finally put the piston back in position. Alright, let's maybe check it out. Then you can see a little bit better again. So here, launching mechanism, we pull. Then slow flying machine pushes forward 3 times. Then also getting stopped with a redstone block. Let's do it once more. And you can also see how the pistons would attach. Of course, this is also getting pulled in the end. And we're back to the default position. The machine works fine. There's just one thing I would have liked to improve, but I didn't find really a nice solution for it. The TNT explodes a little bit too low, so you have to aim upwards quite a bit in the Nether in order to reach it. It's no problem, you can always stand on the Netherrack, but it would have been maybe better if the TNT would have exploded 1 block higher. But I didn't really find a nice solution for that. What we basically need to do is add a bit more delay before we actually shoot the TNT forward. But if I would add another pulling extension, then the TNT explodes too high. Didn't really find the perfect system for this without making the machine much larger. But yeah, so you saw it works fine in the Nether. Alright, now let's build this machine. So we're gonna start with the front part. We need a sticky piston, a slime block on top, and then a redstone block here. Then we want to go out like this with the slime blocks, and here we're gonna place some cobble walls to align the TNT. Next, observer here, and a sticky piston. Then here we're gonna place a slime block, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slime blocks at the bottom, and a normal piston here. Okay, then next we need 3 pulling extensions, and 1 more. Okay, that's it. Then we go up like this, and here we're gonna place another observer and the last pulling extension. Then here we go over couple of blocks and connect it like this. Then add 1, 2, 3 observers, and now we can also add an observer here, powering the sticky piston. Then 4 slime blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3 pistons in front of that. Okay, they're gonna push this section here with the redstone blocks, and now we can also add this redstone block here at the bottom. Then we need a sticky piston right here. It's getting powered by QC. Then add a slime block and the observer that would update the piston arm later. 2 more slime blocks like this. Then a sticky piston, so powering it. And another sticky piston there. Then I leave a gap of 1 and connect it to the sticky piston, and then we just need to add a redstone block here and another observer here. Right, then the front part, here we need a normal piston, and still need to push that part forward. So we're just gonna add normal piston here, then we go up like this and add another normal piston there, which is getting powered by an observer here from the side. Alright, then we also connect this piston to the structure here and add an observer to power the piston. Right, then we can continue. Here we add upwards facing observer, another piston, slime block, then place any block on top, and 2 trapdoors. Alright, then all that's left is also push that piston forward. We're gonna attach it here. So we're just gonna add 1 more slime block, sticky piston like that, observer pointing into this, and then we're almost done. just need to add a slime block. Normal piston, slime block, and a glazed terracotta. Right here. Okay, and this piston here also needs to be powered. Let me quickly check. I've got it. Yeah, just place an observer on top. There we go. We should have everything. Almost built it completely, just forgot this redstone block here that would power this piston. Right, let's try it out. There's TNT. Yeah, it is looking real good. Let's try it again. Alright, yeah, it's working. Alright, that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.